So today I'm making a guide on the best teams that work with Jin Hsi, but before we go into that, here's my stats for Jin Hsi as of now. She is not the best build. I didn't get any resonance skill damage bonus substats, as you can see. She is using her Ages of Harvest, and these are my echoes right now. The 5-piece Spectral is obviously her best in slot. I'm using a crit damage Jue because she has a crit rate weapon. And these are the subsets. You can pause if you would like to see them, but they are not at the most optimal state. Now what I want to talk about today is how you should build her and form a team around her. The most important thing you want to look at is actually her Forte circuit. Now these parts of the Forte circuit are about her kit and not about her stacks, which I will be focusing more on, and it starts with this, the incandescence. So she has a maximum stack of 50, and when she's in the party, every resonator in the party gains eras in unity. So the eras in unity gives two different effects, and as you can see here, she gets one incandescent stack anytime that anyone in the party inflicts attribute damage. And this is triggered by damage of the same attribute for up to 1 time every 3 seconds. So this means that any time that anyone in your party does damage to any enemy, she gains 1 incandescent stacks every 3 seconds. But she gets 2 incandescent stacks when they do coordinated attacks, which is what Yuan Wu does, right? Or Mortefi. And you can see that in the characters, basically like the combat effect. So instead of 1, they will get 2 effects, and it's every 3 seconds. Now the best way to do damage with Jin Hsi, because she's a main mage dealer, you want to stack up her incandescence as fast as possible. With how the game is right now, her best support is actually Verina, and Verina is a spectral damage dealer. If you didn't know, when Verina uses her ulti, she also does coordinated attacks, but it's in spectral damage. When Jin Hsi is off the field and Verina is doing spectral damage, you can actually stack the incandescent stacks even faster by having another character doing elemental damage, which gives her 1 incandescent stack, or another character that does coordinated attacks, which give 2 incandescent stacks every single time they are off the field. So when you switch back to Jin Hsi, the best DPS rotation is basically Jin Hsi, Verina, and then the third character that does preferably coordinated attacks to increase her incandescent stacks. Now, most of Jin Hsi's damage is going to come from this last attack, Overflowing Radiance, and this is basically the Dragon Strike you see in my nuke videos and every other YouTube creators videos. This does the most spectral damage, and it's a resonance skill damage scaling. So that's why you want resonance skill damage for Jin Hsi, and that's why this is in here for the combat rules. And now we'll go into like some of the characters and what they do and some comparison videos. First off, you have Jin Hsi's main support, which is Verina. You want to put as much energy regen as possible on Verina so that she can intro and outro really quickly and change to another character as fast as possible. You also want to use Rejuvenating Glow on her because that increases the attack of all party members when she heals allies. Another thing to note is that she has this in her Forte circuit, which increases the team's attack percent by 20% for 20 seconds whenever she uses any of her passive attacks, Starflower Blooms. And this is basically countered when she basically jumps and attacks mid-air, or she charge attacks. Another thing to remember is that she has actually off-field coordinated attacks that deals spectral damage when she uses her ulti, and that allows her to stack Jin Hsi's incandescent stacks a lot faster, because even when she's off field, she's generating 2 stacks every 3 seconds. Next character I'm going to be talking about is first of all Tao Qi. And as a lot of people now know, she is really useful because of her outro skill, which increases and amplifies the resonance skill damage of the next resonator by 38% for 14 seconds when they are swapped out by using an outro skill. So this allows Jin Hsi to nuke characters and nuke enemies because Jin Hsi scales very well with resonance skill damage. And how you want to build Tao Qi is basically just using Moonlit Clouds on her, because that increases the damage of the next resonator that comes in. Now I'm going to be using the same exact build for every single character in this video. And these are the echoes that I'll be using. So the healing bonus isn't that useful. There's the energy regen. Of course the substats are good, but the main point is the energy regen, so that they can generate that outro energy as fast as possible. I'm also going to be using defense percent 1 cost because both Tao Qi and Yuan Wu scale off of defense, but again, like I said, I'm using the same echo for every single character. Now, the second character I'm going to be talking about is obviously Yuan Wu. Although his outro skill doesn't really buff Verina in any way, he does a coordinated attack with his E. Now, what his E does is every single time he puts down the Thundering Field, he continues doing electro damage to enemies even off field, and it's considered as coordinated attack. Now, what this means is that Jin Hsi can then generate 2 incandescent stacks every single time the lightning strikes, every 3 seconds. Again, this helps Verina, this helps Jin Hsi build up her stacks really fast, along with Verina's ulti, so that allows her to stack up as fast as possible. Now the third character to actually take note of is Mortefi, and the reason for that is because of his ulti, the Resonance Liberation. Again, it counts as a coordinated attack. Now Mortefi's coordinated attack comes off from his ulti instead of his E or his outro, and this actually helps deal more damage while stacking for Jin Hsi. One could even argue that Mortefi might be the best sub DPS for Jin Hsi, but we'll do a comparison, like video comparison, to see how fast she stacks and how much damage is being dealt in between these 3 4-star characters. The reason why I am not considering Yinling or any other 5-star characters is because 5-star characters in general are really hard to summon, and it's unfair to compare them because not everyone has them, whereas these 3 4-star characters are more accessible. They have been on the banners, and a lot of people would have already gotten all 3 of these. And I'll just be doing a video comparison showing how good they work with Jin Hsi.
安静。燃烧吧！怒血已然沸腾，怒气斩成灰烬。
携手。画煞无形。
Now that you've seen the videos, the final verdict is up for you to decide, but Tao Qi at a lower stack would do more damage than Yuan Wu or Mortefi at higher stacks. The only issue is that you can't stack as fast with Tao Qi even with all that energy regen as compared to Yuan Wu, and you can't do as much damage in between the stacking as Mortefi. I would definitely be running Tao Qi because I like the nuking. You do a lot more damage at maximum stacks. In the video, I only did 65% to 70% stack, and it did a lot more damage than Mortefi at full stacks and Yuan Wu at basically max stacks, right? But Yuan Wu definitely stacks up a lot faster, as you can see. So yeah, it depends on how your playstyle is, what characters you want to build, what do you think the flexibility of the characters are. Well, that's all I wanted to show for today, and good luck with your building